Welcome back to Eolo-Kometa on Pro Cycling Manager 2021. After a disappointing Santos to Ananda, we ventured into Colombia and we won 3 stages there and the overall GC with Juan Ayuso. We'll be taking on the National Championships in New Zealand with Finn Fisher-Black, venturing on to Algarve, UAE Tour, and finally the Omloop Nieuwsblad. Starting off with the NCs then, we've got Finn Fisher-Black ready to strike on the time trial, hopefully against the likes of Tom Scully and Paddy Bevan. Let's see how we can do. Last kilometer for Finn Fisher-Black. Can he put up a decent time? 25 seconds ahead of Thompson. Bevan is where it's at though. I think he's going to beat us, but hey, you never know. He might have dropped in the last kilometers, but he didn't. Patrick takes it by 32 seconds on Finn. We have a way worse time trial stat though, so it's not a shame to lose from him. This Thompson guy is pretty talented though. Decent time trial, but mainly that 75 mount instead at 22. I was going to say hopefully the road race goes better, but it's classified as a flat stage. Hopefully those hills in that circuit are good enough for Fisher-Black to drop people. Just like last year, I'll try and go in the breakaway myself actually, because one of those teams with plenty of riders in the race are in the break as well. 25 people only in the peloton, so who knows, we might be allowed to go like this. The only person that paced in the main group today was Shane Archbold. The rest is not really doing much, to be honest, so that's very beneficial for the breakaway. I'm in there with 8 other riders, of which I am on paper the strongest. Here we go, let's punch in the attack right now. There we go, let's see how many people can follow that move. We've got Christensen trying to close that. No, he's not even trying to close that down. Nobody's responding. Well, that's good. 2.5 kilometers to go. I'm actually almost out of energy. One rider chasing me 50 seconds behind. I think I've got enough to keep it until the line. Let's start celebrating right now. Finn Fisher-Black is once again the New Zealand national champion on the road. Basically, if the team that has a lot of riders in the race goes in the breakaway and you go in the breakaway, they won't chase, and as a consequence, the break wins. Now our first stage race of the day, Algarve. Let's take a look at the parcours. Firstly, a flat stage, then a medium mountain finish on the Alto de Foia, 17-kilometer flat time trial on day 3, after that a flat sprint stage, and finally a bit of an uphill finish on day 5, the Alto do Maiau. We are going to try and win this with one of our big boys, Alessandro Covi. He's got time trial, he's got climbing and uphill finishing skills, so this should be fun. Competition-wise, Covi will have some trouble though on these flattest stages in the sprint because the likes of Demar, Gaviria and so forth are here. Let's wait with Oliveira, and let's go with Oliveira now. Covi in the wheel. Oh, getting blocked by Gaviria there. And now I'll launch with Covi. Hopefully, Gaviria cannot get to my wheel. Oh, Gaviria. Covi. Hirschi. It seems to be Covi. Yes, he is. Ha ha ha. Fast victory at Algarve. Honestly, I was expecting for Gaviria to take that one, but we overcame him towards the end and Hirschi was unable to beat us. On to the harder stage now, Alto de Foia, Adam Yates, Adria, Hirschi, Bennett, and so forth. I think we have a chance if Covi has a decent day. Here we go, the climb has begun, Alto de Foia. I'm going to try and keep up a decent tempo, but the gradients are quite high. We've got Mathieu van der Poel pacing at the front. Attacks are here, Kwiatkowski's launching away at the front. I'm trying to just slowly but surely follow every move that happens, but Covi's not exactly in a good day, so it's not easy at the moment. And there goes Hirschi now together with Yates right behind him. I'm just trying to follow. This is really hard for us. Looks like it's gonna be Hirschi versus Yates for the stage win. I'm battling behind in the hopes that I can get closer, but right now it's not looking like it. Yates takes the stage despite Hirschi sprinting. That's a bit odd. We are not even with the top 5, it seems, for now. We're gonna finish right here, right now. I think top 8 somewhere, which is not that great. GC-wise, this drops us to 4th on 52 seconds of Hirschi. This won't be an easy one to win the stage race. Looks like both Yates and Hirschi are looking much better when it comes to the time trial, so I don't really know what I can do in this race GC-wise anymore. Here he is, our legend is on the road. He started his time trial. I've put him on 86 from the start, and hopefully that's a good tempo to keep on. I decided to up it towards 88 in these last 2 kilometers. Let's hope this is a decent time trial. Currently, Asgreen is leading with 0 seconds on Matthews. 89 for now. I'll lower it again slowly. There we go. This might be perfect. And, oh boy, Faddy Fad. Well, that wasn't what we're looking for. We're now 5th on 59 seconds. Looks like Yates took over the lead from Hirschi though. We've got Diaz in third, never heard of him. 20 years old, 77 mountain. Probably a regen by the game. Back to a flat stage then. We won one already. Let's give it a try on this one. Let's hope Nice can push a really good lead out right now on 99. Oliveira nicely in the wheel. Let's launch. Oliveira can launch as well right now. Oldani in the wheel. No, it's Corvi this time around. Wrong sprinter, Benji. Let's try and come around Oliveira right now. The other sprinters come on the right, but we are not fast enough. We are just not fast enough. Michael Matthews takes it ahead of Arnaud Demar and Davide Ballerini. We just could not get to a decent speed with Corvi to beat the others, as simple as that. Despite me training nice at Northern Classics, it looks like he's still growing in puncher, which is kind of annoying because he's literally becoming another Montoli and Lars Boven, which is not what I'm looking for. When we're talking about Corvi stages, this is it. Hirschi is still favorite though with that 83 hill, but let's try and win today. Ooh, Matthews is attacking just before the hill. That's a bit odd. It might work, you never know. So let's make sure we are ready right now. Corvi is now launching towards the front of the group. Come on, my man. Come on, my man. Hill is starting. I won't go 90 yet. I might have to, actually. Hirschi's going already. I don't want to overdo myself. I want to keep myself within range, but also not too much. 92 last kilometer incoming. We've got yellow jersey Yates on the left, Hirschi on the right. We are moving up a tiny bit. Let's not do too much yet. Let's try and launch in a tiny bit. Let's try and launch right now in the last section here. I should have enough to take this one. Corvi takes it. These stages always work if you play it right. They always launch a bit too early, and if you don't, you take the victory. Example, Corvi here. There we go. Hands in the air. 2 stage wins. Overall, still happy with this race, even though we did not win GC. We ended up third in the end, so on the podium, which is great. Yates still wins 5 seconds on Hirschi. Having done a relatively decent Algarve, our next race is the UAE Tour. Honestly, the usual parkour. We start off with a flat sprint. We have a time trial afterwards, 12 kilometers. Then Jebel Hafid climbing finish. We've got another flat stage, another mountain stage. Jebel Jai is the bigger of the two, which is 18 kilometers long at 6.2%. And then finally, another flat stage. Actually, not finally, another flat stage afterwards. We are bringing a pretty powerful team when it comes to the mountains. Fortunato with 81 mountain, Johannesson with 79, and eventually Storna Mitted as well, and Lipovitz both being 74 mountain. Sprint-wise, we're gonna send Alex Vogel again, just like last year, but this time around we don't have Vetter here, so he's not gonna be losing against his teammate. He might be losing against the best sprinters in the world though, Temerlier, Pedersen, Ewan, Nizzolo, and it keeps on going. Damn it. Honestly, this is one of the most annoying stages in the game. We've got a U-turn with 1.3 kilometers to go right here, and then we launch towards the final kilometer. And then we've got another corner in the last kilometer. So you basically have to launch at like 2K with your sprinter. 4 kilometers to go, and we are trying to set up my boy for the sprint right now. Yoda's going to do the lead out already at 3.5 kilometers to go. And Vogel just got gigantically blocked by Bennett. Jesus Christ, I'm launching the sprint. Fuck it. Yoda, come on Yoda, you can do it. Oh my god, Yoda. Osenhagen is coming. Vogel on the right, out of nowhere, but this corner is so odd that we're suddenly back at the front. But Yoda still has a gap. People might come over him though. Vogel versus Philipsen. Yoda on the left. Looks like Yoda might take it. No! No, 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 no! Oh my god. Yes, we do it! Ha ha ha! Wow. That's a last minute win. Remember when I said that Vogel was not going to get beaten by his lead out? Well, oopsie. Now the 12 kilometer time trial. We don't have good time trialists in our GC men, so yeah, this is going to be a downer. Both our GC riders are on the road. They're both not doing too great though. I've got Johannesson on 86 and I'm upping it towards 89 towards the end now. Intermediate was not too great, 35 seconds down. Fortunato, 62 time trial on the day, so probably won't be too great either. And let's take a look what Johannesson does at the finish. 1 minute and 10. Ooh, last stretch for Fortunato. Let's take a look what he does. 1:33. Aww. Ganna wins both the time trial and takes the leader's jersey in the race. Pogacar already in third. Almeida already in fourth. Time for the mountains. Jebel Hafid. We've got Pogacar, Hirschi, Bernal, Yates, Almeida, Kuss. Jesus. This start list. Jebel Hafid has begun. No real action yet. Everybody kind of waiting on that one attack, and it's here. Paulus with Conrad. Kuss following. Almeida following. Pogacar a bit more defensive towards the back of the group, but for me, I just want to focus on my two lads, Johannesson and Fortunato. Fortunato as leader today. There we go. Last 1.5 kilometers. Kuss has a tiny bit of a gap on the rest of the peloton here because it's still 70 people in this group. I've got plenty of energy though, so let's hope I can use that to come back. Last 800 meters, let's go 99 right now and sprint. Gus will be winning, I'm afraid, but we are going to come really close to him and going to finish second on Jabella feed, which is not too bad, but I hoped for a victory, of course. Unfortunately, due to the time trial, we're far from the first spot. Tadej Pogacar in the lead right now, 10 seconds ahead of Gus. Stage 4 then, let's hope Vogel beats his teammate Yoda this time around, because otherwise, why do we have him? 3 kilometers to go and we're kind of blocked in, so I hope Yoda can get past in a second right here when launching the sprint. Vogel in the wheel, but yeah, he loses the wheel again. What can I do, really? Let's get to the wheel of Arnaud Delis and hope that he can lead me out a bit instead of Nizzolo. Let's see if this works out. Melir takes the victory, it seems. Ewan comes past us, and we will finish third in the end, but yeah, Vogel really isn't doing as well as I hoped he would. Well, technically the people that are beating him are much better sprinters, so perhaps I'm being a bit too harsh on him. When it comes to GC, looking at the next stage, we're going to dive into that with the 123 of deficit. Time for Jebel Jais then. I don't see a possibility for us to take 1 minute 23 on the likes of a Pogacar, but if we can win the stage or get into the top 5 of this race, that would be nice. Here we go. The peloton has started Jebel Jais. We are at the front with our 3 riders. We've got Lipovic as last domestique today because he has like 80 mountain on the day. Johannesson with a -1. Fortunato with 84 mountain. So today should be good on paper. 7k to go. No damage yet, really. 65 people in the group. We've got Ineos pacing like an actual Skytrain. And Johannesson is almost done with spending his energy on protecting Fortunato. So Lipovic will take over the second that he can. Attack by Kuss and Bernal is done for. What? Okay. Ineos, what were you doing then? Why were you pacing? Anyway, it's my turn to have some fun. Lipovic is done for. Fortunato, with 3 kilometers to go, is chasing down Kuss. We've got both Almeida and McNulty and Pogacar in my wheel. I might be spending too much energy actually, so let's lower it a tiny bit. I don't trust myself. 2 kilometers to go. I think we have enough energy to try and pull this off, but we've got plenty of good competition here, so winning will not be easy. I will try and move up towards 90 now in the final kilometer in hopes that that's strong enough to beat the others. Almeida. Oh my god, Almeida. Come on. No. We gotta get past them. We gotta get past them. Let's start sprinting. Kuss on the left, Fortunato on the right. No. Oh man. We're gonna get third. Pogacar is going through me. But it looks like he might not beat me for second. Yes, we are second once again. I think if I played it a bit more safely throughout the climb and didn't go so aggressively in the last 5 kilometers, I might have been able to win this stage. But hey, we are third in GC, so I consider that a W. Pogacar still wins GC, 4 seconds only on Kuss. GC likely won't be changing on these next 2 sprint stages, but they are opportunities for us to try and take another stage win, so let's hope we can do it. What if I turn my train around and use Yoda as sprinter today? Let's give it a chance. Oh my god, what a lead out by Philipsen there. Vogel will try and lead out Yoda right now to get to them. Let's see if this works out. Come on, Yoda. Let's try and get around. Vogel to the right, man. Oh, it's going to be really close. Pedersen takes it. Damn it. Oh, come on. Third. You can say what you want, but that was a very good lead out by Vogel for Yoda, so we might as well make him a lead out from this point onwards. Remember when I said I hoped that Ayuso would be peaking perfectly for Catalunya? Well, he's a bit early. He's already peaking at the end of February, so I don't know what went wrong, but something did. That aside, we do have some growth on the team again. Arit Saramburu, 20 years old still, 78 mountain, 73 hill. This guy must have like at least 7 potential out of 8. Next to that, Piganzoli to 76 as well. Lipovic to 75 instead of 74. Final day of UAE, another sprint stage. Let's dive in. One could argue that my sprint train isn't exactly going how I wanted it to go because, yeah, Yoda is not exactly even in my sprint train right now, but he's coming back. He is coming back. Today I'm going for Vogel though. Let's see if I can somehow get this guy to 99 Pidcock on the right without being in too much trouble. I don't know what this sprint is going to look like in the end, but we're going to try and do it anyway. Come on, just sprint, people, just sprint. Let's see what it does. Vogel got blocked there by Gogol. Pedersen wins. No, Philipsen, Pedersen. Philipsen, no Pedersen. Haha. Okay, we fucked up. Big time. Arguably the worst sprint we've had so far in this entire season, but hey, Fortunato in third in GC. Quite happy with the UAE Tour considering the time trial did a lot against us. Now that the UAE Tour is done, on to our first classic of the season. the Omloop at Nieuwsblad. We are bringing Covey, Sheffield, Aramburu, Oldani, Enko, Nice, and Oliveira to this race, so on paper that should be decent. They are not looking too amazing though when it comes to their RDC because the weather is apparently too cloudy for them. Who the fuck doesn't like clouds? Apparently my entire team hates clouds. They could have told me that before I signed their bloody contract. Apparently Wout van Aert, Asgreen, Van der Poel and so forth do like the clouds because they are looking good for today. For now I'm keeping control in the peloton with 55 kilometers to go. Oliveira and Nice both trying to get water to the front because I honestly didn't think both of them would succeed. The Wolvenberg is basically opening up the final in a bit, so we gotta be prepared for that next climb. And at the end we have the Kapelmuur van Gerardsbergen together with the climb afterwards, which is the Bosberg. Those two are the defining aspect of the final of Omloop at Nieuwsblad. Now the Holloweg. Oh, there's a rider crash there. Let's try and avoid him by going on the left side of the road. Oh, yes we did. Nice. We've got Covey in second wheel in the train, by the way, because I want to prevent him getting blocked by others on cobble sections. And if you're second, that's much better than fifth in the train. KICKR, still a breakaway of 14 a minute ahead, but we should be fine in catching that pretty soon. Oldani will be the next rider to take over once Einkorn is done for. Onto the Molenberg. This should be the one where we catch the breakaway or at least get really close to doing so. It looks like we just won't at the top, but we are putting pressure on the group behind though. It's one long line in the peloton now, and they're all sprinting to get to the wheel of the Eolo train. There we go, the preparation towards the Kapelmuur is basically done for. The next one is the Muur van Gerardsbergen, and it's coming up in about 6 kilometers. It is somewhat annoying that we haven't got the front of the race yet, because if we have to do that on the Muur van Gerardsbergen, we are destined to get blocked, so let's try and help out here. Van der Poel is actually attacking and closing that group down himself, so thank you very much, Mathieu. Here we go, over the bridge, now on to the left, and then the cobbles will start towards the chapel on top. Covey at the front, pushing really hard on 95 right now, because this is where we need to do damage, or at least prevent others from getting away. Better cobblers like, for example, Pidcock, Van der Poel, but they're not exactly at the front of the race here. Aramburu is in severe trouble. We are trying to get away with a bit of a small group on top here, and that is Turgis and Lampaard. I'm going to try and sit up in this group. Sheffield should not be pacing right here, so let's sit up with Van der Poel right here, because I don't want to be doing all the work here, and I need to prevent spending all my energy before we get to the Bosberg, so I'll let them do the work. Here we go, Bosberg. They're gonna go hard on this one, I think. Covey, 85 for now. That might be too much. 90. Oh, we've got Pidcock coming around. Let's make sure we can follow anyone here that tries to make a move. And nobody does. So let's just sit up with Covey in the wheel of Van Aert and hope that that helps us get to the final sprint. 3k to go, a very tactical final. Vermeer's doing something, a lead out it seems. No, he's in a different team now. Van Aert, second wheel, and we are ready to launch a sprint with Covey as well. Right now from the wheel of Van Aert. Van Aert's a better sprinter though. Oh, we're gonna land second it seems in Omloop at Nieuwsblad. Wout van Aert is the winner of Omloop and Covey just not. That's so sad. In hindsight, it's quite logical that an 81 sprint Wout van Aert beats a 73 sprint Covey, to be honest, on a flat sprint. Overall, quite happy with the result as it confirms that we can compete in cobble classics like a Omloop, like a Tour of Flanders in the near future. To finish off today's episode, I'm going to do something I've never done before on Pro Cycling Manager, which is set up a recon camp for my leaders of the Giro d'Italia for the Giro d'Italia stages 17, 18, 19 and 20. I hope this has a good effect. I actually don't know, so I guess we're about to find out. During Etzulia, let's hope I don't bottle my planning like that. I don't think Johannessen and Fortunato are going to RVV Etzulia and Roubaix, so let's do it for now. Confirm their activities in the recon camp. Oh boy, at least 4 riders. Jesus Christ. Aro and Fancello, I guess. Those riders are on paper going to the Giro, so let's confirm that. Looks like I chose correctly when it comes to the riders. Neither of these riders were planning to go to Etzulia, RVV and Roubaix. Nice. So far, we've had a pretty good season, to be honest. A top 3 in every GC or one-day race. I would love for that to continue in the next episode, where we will try and take revenge for last year's failures in Strade Bianche and Milano Sanremo. I want to win Sanremo again. Thanks for watching this episode, and I guess I'll see you there. Goodbye.